Hi, you guys, welcome back. My name is Nomlindi, and if this is your first time, welcome to the bridge, facilitating the transition from high school to university and the in between. Okay, so today let's conversate, let's talk because I know that you've been through this too, and it's something called acne. Okay, it's acne, and in this video I don't think I'm going to bring any solutions as much as I'm just going to talk. Me and you were going to talk about the experience of having acne and how it impacts your self-esteem, the way that you interact with other people socially in high school and in adulthood through university. Like, let's just talk about all that. Okay, yeah, I don't have solutions because I still haven't figured out the perfect skin regime. I don't know. Okay, I don't know. Anyways, let's talk. Okay, so I got my first pimple in grade 4. Yeah, I think it was like right here, somewhere on my forehead. And as the years progressed, I had acne for a period of 9 years, like 9 years from my first pimple um to where I am, like at the end of high school, right? And yeah, it started on my forehead and then it spread to my cheeks, and then I had such bad acne. Like I was like one of the worst in high school. Like I had terrible acne. I remember he's a good friend of mine who had acne, touching my acne and being shocked by my acne. Like it was that bad, you guys. Um yeah, and so I went on skin treatment in I was in grade 10. I was in grade 10. I went for skin treatment um with a dermatologist, and then it was a period of 6 months. And then after that, I still had a bit of acne, so I went on another skin treatment in grade 12 before my matric dance, like a completely different skin treatment, right? And then right now I do have acne scarring, which is a completely different ball game. Like we'll talk about acne scarring. Like we'll talk, yeah. Anyways, let's talk about the impact that acne has on people, well, on me specifically, but just on you. You might be able to relate to this, you might not. So many people have different experiences with acne and it affects them differently. I look at my friends who had acne, and like, you guys, some of my friends are so confident. They're like, you know what? I am beautiful. I am gorgeous. It is as if it didn't affect them. And then I look at myself in the way that I feel like I allowed it to impact me in a way that it shouldn't have. And it just brings me back and reminds me of that quote, and I'm going to like mess it up, but it's like, what hardens or what softens the potato hardens the egg. So you could have 10 people going through the same experience, but they all, like, one of them reacts way worse than the other one conquers and the other one doesn't, right? It's like, let's say two, like, you hear of parents who children who like are raised in tough circumstances, and the one becomes successful and the other one becomes a drug addict. Like it's almost the same thing, how, like, yeah, but so other people are like super confident after they went through acne, and to me, like, my self-esteem really took a knock. Like it really did. How I viewed myself and how I interact with the world took a knock, because I don't know if you know this, but when I had acne, I would like walk through the mall, and like people would, like, so many times people would have to comment something, or they'd something that happens so frequently was people would constantly recommend remedies. So I would be talking to someone, I would be in a conversation, and they'd be like, dude, have you tried a cinnamon and honey? Have you tried cinnamon and honey? I got recommended so many remedies. Let me try to remember them right now. Cinnamon and honey, lemon, right? Lemon, um, bicarbonate of soda, right? Bicarbonate of soda, mix it with something else. I forgot what. Mayo, no, was it mayonnaise? Was it oil? Was it was rice water at some point, or rice milk powder. Um, what else? Drink water. Drink water. Right? Drink water. Um, avocado and something. Avocado and something. Bio oil. Multiple creams. You know, calamine. You know the one for chicken pox. Yeah, that one. Like put calamine. This is the one situation, one point where etc actually justifies the situation, because there were so many that I forgot. Herbs, like different herbs. Um, you guys, it was so many, and again, you're into conversations and people are like, you talking to someone, you're invested in the conversation, and someone suddenly is like, oh, actually, your skin, what do you use for your skin? And I'm like, oh yeah, I'll go to events, people would be staring at me, and I would knew exactly what they were staring at, and they would walk up to me and they would be like, hey, for your skin, you could use this, you could use that. um and so socially, it does leave a mark. Socially socially it does hurt, because I entered conversations and met people almost automatically assuming that my skin would be topic of conversation. Like, I know that you're probably going to say something about my skin. I know that you're probably looking at my skin, because when you're, as someone with acne, when you're talking to someone and they're not looking in your eyes, looking at your skin, and then they're just gonna comment something. So it just, guys, it affected me, and that lowered my self-esteem to the point where, even though now, like, my pimples are gone, for the most part, the acne scars that I have still, they still have an impact. Like, just socially, like, I struggle to face someone fully, because once again, there's that fear of, oh yeah, you're gonna notice the scars, you're going to notice the marks, and you may want to say something about it, or you think like, do I even deserve love? It goes that far, where you're like, is someone ever going to meet me who's going to love these scars? Because, quite honestly, have I learned to love my own scars, right? um yeah, it's there's so many lessons to take from acne. Would I go back and not have acne? I don't. I think the lessons that I learned made it worth it. You learn how flawed beauty standards are, how everyone is trying to reach a certain goal of looking like this or being like that, when, quite frankly, uh, the the vast majority of people will never reach that beauty standards of having perfect skin and perfect eyebrows and perfect lips and perfect hair and perfect everything. It'll never happen. There's people who have disorders, skin disorders, and and hair disorders, and like all those kinds of things. And if beauty cannot be one set thing, there's beauty in everything. I remember, I've mentioned this before, where I was in a philosophy class one day, and it was mentioned how, before we had telescopes and satellites, they thought that perfection meant that the earth was the center of the universe, and that the moon was completely smooth. That was perfection, that was beauty, theoretically, until they discovered the Galileo, the telescope, and they realized, oh, the moon has holes, and the the earth is not the center of the universe. But that is beauty, right? That is beauty, which means our idea of beauty and perfection are super flawed. right? So I that's the first thing that I learned about about beauty, about that during acne, was that you're like, the idea of beauty in society is warped. It's gone. And then also, it acne teaches you empathy. It taught me a lot of empathy from the perspective of people who look physically different, or physically they don't confine to the beauty standard or expectations of society. um, Whether this is people who also acne, right? Skin, it's on your face. This is how you present yourself. You're different in a way, right? You're not what people expect. People don't expect your skin to have marks, or again, it's warped. It's, beauty standards. But it helped me empathize with, and I'm not saying it's the same experience or the same level of pain. It's definitely not. But people who, for example, um, have hair loss. You're balding as a young person, you have hair loss, um, or you're overweight, or, and again, I cannot completely relate, but one thing I believe I can relate to is when you walk into a room and people look at you and like they, for some reason, like, don't exactly like what they see. And it's hard to be in that position, because I myself, a lot of the times, or a lot in the past, didn't like what I saw either. So it teaches you empathy for people who are physically different in terms of the skin, and being judged in a way for that. But yeah, it's just society, all that. But it that's life. Um, how can we make it better for people with physical differences in terms of beauty standards? What I can say is there is absolutely no need to comment on someone's scars, on someone's weight, on someone's teeth, on someone's, whether it be color or like the way they look, on someone's. There is no need to comment on someone or a future that they can't change, or comment as if they don't know. All right, what is, okay, ask yourself, what is the use of us commenting? What is the use of me going to someone and saying you're overweight? What is the use of me going to someone and saying you have no hair, or saying to someone you got scars on your face? You Do you think I do not know that? Right? People already know that. They see themselves in the mirror every single day. So before you say anything, they know. There's absolutely no reason. And if you ever feel or compelled to say something, hopefully it's someone that you're really close with. I can't prescribe the rules, you do you, but hopefully it's someone that you're really close to, that you really care about, and saying, hey dude, like, I'd like to help you in this way, like, if it's okay. But yeah, I just, yeah, that's just my 5 cents. And if you're going through acne right now, please, it is not a disease. It is literally a normal part of growing up. Majority of people have been through acne. Majority of people have imperfect skin. Don't allow it to deprive you of social experiences. Don't allow it to deprive you of of love. And don't feel like, oh no, you don't deserve love, or you don't deserve to be with someone. Just life is more than just skin, if that makes sense. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you next time on The Bridge next week, Friday, 6 p.m.